Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I made one video about Doctor Who, and it kind of went a little crazy from what I was compared to, or what I was expecting. So now I thought, I was like, you know what? I said I'm gonna do the Christmas special. Let's look at the trailers. I don't know if this is gonna. I assume this is a Sunday, or sorry, excuse me. That was some. I was thinking about something. Another line that was a little silly later, but I was gonna look at the trailers. They released 2 trailers. For the Church on Ruby Road, which I assume is the Christmas special, I suppose. For the new Doctor. So, without further ado, 47 seconds. The other one's like 50 something. This is where the quote unquote Doctor meets Ruby Sunday. Which, by the way, love the name Ruby Sunday for a character in Doctor Who. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But, I'm gonna play the video.
What the hell are you doing?
It's very loud.
Well, what did you do that for?
So, first here we've got the Doctor running across the roof. Ruby Sunday has apparently decided to jump on a ladder that is just flying through the middle of London, I guess. I'm not sure where they're doing the new Doctor technically being from. I'm just going to assume London for the sake of whatever. But this so far seems like a Doctor Who episode. Like, it seems a bit more Doctor-ish, but we'll get to it.
Who sees a ladder and just pops on? A ladder in the sky, and you thought, yeah, I'll give that.
Right here, before he even says it, right here, this is where I want to stop. And you thought, yeah, I'll give that a go, babes. I'm a little bit behind when it comes to the times, and I just feel like hearing the Doctor, his new catchphrase, because I just feel like that's going to be the catchphrase, babes. It's just like, it just seems weird. Like, maybe I'm just not in this whole 2023 era, but it just is weird because you had, like, the Impossible Girl being, what was it, Clara Oswald from the 11th Doctor. It was used, here and there, and you had, like, when it comes to catchphrases, Impossible Girl for a nickname, there was it was the Boy Who Waits, I think that was Rory. It's been a minute since I've heard that one, but because he waited for Amy the whole time. And it's just like Alonzi, Geronimo, like, I don't even think the 11th Doctor had one. 11th Doctor? Not the 11th Doctor. The 13th Doctor that's portrayed by Jodie Whittaker that we will lovingly call Dr. Carrot. I think that's something around the lines that Nerdrotic says, but like, babes just seems so out of place here. I'm a bit rambling trying to remember, but it just seems so out of place here. Like, I don't particularly like it.
That'll go, babe.
They've got the baby!
I remember they had it, so they stole it, I suppose. Now they're both on the ladder.
What's your name?
Ruby Sunday.
Ruby Sunday. Like I said, perfect. That's such a good name for a character. I'm genuinely upset that this Doctor gets like a Ruby Sunday, because I think Mel Gibson, is that her name? I think. Or I think Ruby Sunday would have been a great character with, like, David Tennant or, like, Matt Smith. I think that would have been perfect, but I don't know if it's going to work here.
Hello, Ruby Sunday. And it's a Sunday right now.
That's a bit silly. Like, that seems like something a doctor would say, but it just seems a bit silly. And that's a coincidence. I would have said that. And then right when he says, "I'm the Doctor," he doesn't feel like it. It does not feel like it's the Doctor. It feels like it's just some thing, someone else saying they're the Doctor. It's like going to one of the, like Comic-Con or something, you're seeing people dressed as the Doctor and having one of them say it. Sure, they're doing it in jest, to mimic. But if they actually, like, believed it, it's how this comes off. It's like, it's just, I guess we've just been through Fugitive of the Jadoon, which was a horrible episode, The Timeless Child, all of Dr. Karen's reign in Doctor Who, and then now this. And just, I want to clarify, Jodie Whittaker herself, had she had, say, a non-crazy work media, as in like the BBC, just say if this was being made by someone else who actually cared about the product, I think Jodie Whittaker would have probably been a average doctor. I don't think she would have been the best or the worst. I think she would have been probably right about in the middle if she had decent, good writing and she actually put a little bit more into the character. But since we're in the timeline where she didn't, I'm going to call her Dr. Karen. But I don't know what we're going to call this doctor, but he's not the doctor. He's certainly not the doctor. I'm trying to think of, like, you know, something off the top of my head to come up with, because we have the 13th Doctor literally called Dr. Karen, and then we have, you know, the ethnic first Doctor that was the little black girl that slowly fell off a cliff during the Timeless Child. So what do we have now? We have generally the imposter. He's just not the Doctor. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. This right here is the second trailer that they've released. And it's 42 seconds. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's just look at the first bit here. What the fuck is that? Huh? It's a bit blurry, and I do apologize. I really don't think I can make it better quality just because of the internet situation that I have. But, like, look at that. It's better when it moves. He's in a nightclub. In a kilt. Dancing. I'm like, I heard Gary from Nerdrotic, and I think, or it might have been Hill versus Babyface, say that he's in a gay bar, which is really funny to me, because knowing how these TV shows go, I would not be surprised if the first episode or first clip in the Christmas special is him dancing at like some gay bar or something. And it's just like, I don't care what you decide to do with your life. If you want to be gay, lesbian, trans, I don't care. I've never cared. Why put it in the TV show? This is supposed to be escapism. Doctor Who, it was the greatest escapism show. Besides maybe like Star Wars and when it comes to shows, like sci-fi shows, Doctor Who had to have been one of the best. When it comes to escapism in general, Star Wars, Star Trek, Game of Thrones, you know, stuff like that. But then they all changed. Like almost at the same time, most of them. And Doctor Who has been the most martyred TV show when it comes to this new agenda that they put out in TV shows nowadays. It's ridiculous. And this right here, the Doctor in a bar dancing. I had problems when Computer Capaldi was wearing pajamas for most of the series. That bothered me because it's just like, I mean, I guess you could in the Moffat era, anything he did, you could probably come up with a better excuse for why he did it. Just like besides it's the BBC being more woke, you could have come up with like, oh, he did this because, you know, he was very depressed about losing Clara. That makes sense. This doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Pardon my French. This makes no sense at all. Why is the Doctor the most tragic character, most tragic person in this TV show, who has come and lost everything, been alive for years, all of a sudden, you know what, just like, you know what? I've lost a lot of people, but I'm going to go dancing tonight. The Doctor was never supposed to be this happy-go-lucky character. Like, that's just not how he's supposed to be written. In the classic episodes, he was more cynical, a little bit more. He was nice and very fun, but also when it would come time to leave that companion behind because the Doctor feared what was coming next, or almost couldn't save that companion, he left him behind. Like, I believe he did that with, I want to say Sarah Jane, but I can't remember. But because it's been ages since I watched certain classic episodes. But like, And then in the new series, I don't know why I keep saying but in the new series, he wanted to keep companions longer, like the Ninth Doctor and Rose, but the Ninth Doctor, absorbed all the energy and had to, regenerate because every cell in his body was dying. David Tennant didn't want to go after he had lost everything, and even had a speech at the end of his, before his regeneration. It was like, I don't want to do this. Why does it have to be this way? Matt Smith had one of the best regenerations, and everyone knew that it was going to be sad, so they quickly changed it. Here's Peter Capaldi, just immediately on that. And then I'm just getting off into the weeds. Truthfully, I don't even remember what my point was, but you just get, this just makes no sense.
Merry Christmas.
There they are on the roof again. Jumps
I'm
across.
the Doctor.
No, you're not.
What's up there?
Goblins.
Goblins. Okay. So, goblins. I've seen these trailers in passing, quickly gone by them. Goblins. I know I saw on the side of this video where they were the full Goblins theme song or something for 2 minutes. And I'm just what the hell has this show become? I thought after the whole Pating in series 12, I think it was either 11 or 12 with the 13th Doctor, Dr. Karen, that we would have kind of gone away from the goblin looking thing, but here are the flying goblins. I'm confused, but when it comes to villains in Doctor Who, I've never that's never gonna work. Every villain, I'm if they do the story right, it's gonna be a good villain. Series 11 proved me wrong. Series 12 proved me wrong. Series 13 proved me wrong. The specials proved me wrong. And so at this point, I'm just going to call it how it is. There's going to be a problem. The goblins on a flying pirate ship. They're going to almost do something. And then they get defeated by the Doctor in a relatively quick resolution. That's probably how this episode is going to go. So let's continue.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, look.
Are great.
They look weird as hell. Okay. It's hard to tell. Let me look at my capture. It looks a bit silly. It looks, obviously, it's going to be a bit hokey. It's obvious you can't get a real bloody goblin. But I don't even want to talk. The effects aren't even the problem. The sonic screwdriver, for God's sakes, is the worst problem. And I get, when it comes to the sonic screwdriver, I get it's an alien bit of technology. But not if it ain't broke, don't change it, as the old saying goes. I have the other sonic screwdrivers, and they all look like screwdrivers, for the most part. They have the cylindrical body and stuff. It's close enough. I just don't understand why you change it. You could have just kept David Tennant's sonic screwdriver for the shooting out. Well, I just don't get it. Because we only got to see it for 3 lackluster specials. Why not use it for the rest of this series? Actually have it change on. Not everything has to change every single bloody time. But I digress.
Who are you?
And that's it. That's the end of that trailer. So, Ruby Sunday, if we go through all of this, Ruby Sunday, big plus. The being in London, I think, a plus. I love the new TARDIS. I like it. It's nice. I like the bigness. I like the circles. I like the color. It's nice. Sonic screwdriver, down. Don't like that. It's a sonic remote. I don't think anybody's ever seen this movie, but Adam Sandler's Click, where he could stop time, fast forward time. That's what that reminds me of. So we've got the fake Doctor with the Adam Sandler TV remote, and that's about it. And he's probably gonna go to a gay bar. That's it. That's all these trailers really give you. I don't feel any excitement. Frankly, I feel sad. So that's the end of this video. Tell me what you think in the comments. Yeah, I'm here for all types of criticism. But if you tell me that this is going to be good, you're wrong.